All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Today's call is a information session on the New York State Regional School Food Infrastructure Grant Program. This is round 2, and the RFP number is 358. This info session is being recorded today. I'm Courtney Bailey. I am the Farm to School Grant Program Manager. Also on the call today from the Farm to School team are Tim McBride and Mark McMullen. Agenda for the grant program for what we're going to cover on the call today. We'll go over the program description, project overview, the funding, eligible applicants and costs, evaluation of projects, evaluation factors and the point values, the award process, the timeline for this grant program, and how to apply, accessing the request for proposals or RFP, and the statewide financial system or SFS. So program description, the New York State Regional School Food Infrastructure Grant Program will support the development of facilities to assist in the preparation and distribution of New York focused meals for regional school food systems. These facilities will encourage the use of fresh New York State farm products in meal preparation for K-12 school children, reduce food insecurity, increase market opportunities for New York State producers, and strengthen the resiliency of our state's food system. Additionally, this program will encourage workforce development by providing training for culinary arts, food processing, safe food handling, and storage, logistics, delivery, and other community needs. Funding. There is $50 million, which will be available over 5 years, with one $5,000 or $5 million award to each of the 8 regions listed below. $10 million is available for 2024 round 2 regional school food infrastructure grant, with 2 $5 million awards being made to 2 separate regions. Once a grantee is awarded in a region, that region will be removed from consideration for future funding rounds. Grantees can only apply for the full amount of $5 million per proposal. The contract term will be 5 years from the start date of the contract, which will be in March of 2025 for this round. So in round 1, Western New York and the North Country were awarded and are excluded from being awarded in round 2. The following regions are eligible for the Regional School Food Infrastructure Grant for round 2: Finger Lakes, Southern Tier, Central New York, Mohawk Valley, Capital Region, Mid-Hudson, New York City, and Long Island. So just as a reminder, Western New York and North Country are excluded from being awarded in this round of funding, as they were awarded in round 1 last year. There is a match requirement as part of this grant program. Applicants will need to provide a minimum of a 5% match of the total project cost. Matching funds may include cash and donated goods or services. In-kind labor is not an eligible match. The value of the match must be documented by the applicant. Upon award, successful applicants will be required to provide evidence of the availability of matching funds before a contract is issued. Eligible applicants. Eligible applicants for this grant program include registered non-for-profits, local municipalities, school districts, and Board of Cooperative Education Services, known as BOCES. Ineligible applicants include entities or organizations not situated in New York State, private individuals, and for-profit organizations. Eligible cost. Grant funds may be used for any of the following purposes directly related to the completion of an eligible project, including but not limited to salaries and wages tied directly to construction, planning, and construction management and supervision, contractor services tied directly to construction, planning, and construction management and supervision. Equipment with a useful life of at least 5 years or more. Vehicles for the transportation of produce or food. Acquisition of permanent facilities, architectural and engineering services, and legal services directly tied to the grant projects. Ineligible costs for this grant program. Grant funds may not be used for the following: any costs unrelated to the eligible project, indirect or overhead costs, costs associated with preparing an application, costs incurred before the term of the contract, rent or lease of land or a building, lease of vehicles, insurance costs, purchase of food, salary and wages unrelated to the proposal, fringe benefits, and supplies unrelated to the capital project. The competitive grant evaluation process. The department will screen each proposal to make sure it meets the minimum qualifications and completeness. Then a team of technical reviewers will score all the eligible applicants. The scoring threshold is set at 65 out of 100 points. All projects scoring at or above this threshold and meeting the other eligibility requirements will be considered for funding. Scoring of the project. All eligible proposals will be competitively rated. A total of 100 points can be achieved from the following criteria: the business plan template, a maximum of 50 points; reasonableness of costs, a maximum of 20 points; qualification of project benefits, a maximum of 20 points; and outside support, a maximum of 10 points. Note that the technical review criteria can be viewed in full in the RFP. The award process, including the contract and payment. The proposal receiving the highest numerical score at or above the scoring threshold of 65 points will receive the first $5 million award. The proposal with the next highest numerical score that is located in a different region from the first awardee will receive the second $5 million award. Award letters will be issued to those projects, and then a contract defining all terms, conditions, responsibilities of the successful applicants will be developed. The contract will incorporate the work plan and budget included in the awardee's project proposal. Funds will be distributed on a reimbursement basis only after the execution of the contract. Awardees may request an advance of up to 25% at the discretion of the department when the contract is executed. If the contract is successfully awarded, the contract will outlay reporting requirements, which include quarterly progress reports and a final progress report, which is required within 60 days following the completion of the project. There will also be reimbursement report requirements as part of the contract as well. The question and answer period for this grant program. All questions about the grant must be submitted by 4 p.m. on November 12th, 2024. A list of the questions about the program that are received from potential applicants, answers to those questions, and any changes, additions, or deletions to the RFP will be published in the Funding Opportunities section of the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets website on or before November 19th, 2024. All questions about this RFP must be submitted in writing, fax, or email to New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets Farm to School team. The email is listed here. It is farmtoschool@agriculture.newyork.gov. And there's also a fax number if you wish to fax in questions. The timeline for this grant program. The RFP was released on October 10th. The question and answer period is currently ongoing October 10th through November 12th. Final question and answers will be posted on November 19th. The deadline for proposals is December 5th at 4 p.m. sharp. The announcements of the awards will take place sometime in March of 2025. So how to actually access the RFP and apply. You can visit the New York State Contract Reporter at the website here, create a free account and search for the opportunity, which is the New York State Regional School Food Infrastructure Grant Program 2024 Round 2. Click on the Documents tab to download the RFP. The question and answer document will also be posted here. How to apply within the statewide financial system, or SFS. Earlier this year, the state transitioned their grants management away from Grants Gateway and into the statewide financial system. You can visit the www.sfs.newyork.gov. You must be first registered and pre-qualified in SFS in order to apply for grants. We highly recommend that you register and pre-qualify on SFS as soon as possible. It's really important to get in there and make sure that your organization is registered and pre-qualified if you plan to apply for this grant and start your applications as soon as possible. The event ID within SFS is AGM-RSFI24. So we'll go into more details here on SFS, vendor registration within SFS. To pre-qualify, apply for a grant opportunity, and to do business with a New York State agency, you need to be registered as a New York State vendor. Organizations registered as a New York State vendor will receive a vendor ID and can use the SFS vendor portal. If your organization was previously registered with Grants Gateway, then you already have a vendor ID and your organization was granted access to the SFS vendor portal. The vendor ID is not your taxpayer ID or your EIN number. The vendor ID is a number that was assigned to your organization when you completed the registration process. If you don't know your vendor ID, contact the SFS help desk at the email or phone number listed here. If your organization was not previously registered with Grants Gateway, then you will need to initiate the registration process. Instructions on how to register your organization are available on the Grants Management website listed here. Further vendor pre-qualification in SFS. Not-for-profit organizations must pre-qualify to do business with New York State agencies before they can compete for state grants. The process allows nonprofits to address questions and concerns prior to entering a competitive bid process. Not-for-profits are strongly encouraged to begin the pre-qualification process as soon as possible. Once pre-qualified, it is the responsibility of not-for-profits to maintain their pre-qualification within the SFS system. The IRS 990 financial statement, charity bureaus filing expire on an annual basis. A non-for-profit must upload current versions of these documents and submit an updated pre-qualification application for review and approval each year to maintain pre-qualification. Further on vendor pre-qualification in SFS, a variety of resources are available to assist with pre-qualification. A complete overview of the policy, questions, required documents can be found in the grantee pre-qualification manual. Additional helpful documentation to assist you with completing your pre-qualification is available on the Grants Management website. A step-by-step guidance focused on entering a pre-qualification application in SFS vendor portal is available in the Enter and Submit a Pre-Qualification Application topic in the Grantee Processing SFS Handbook, and webinar recordings are available in SFS Coach. How to apply. All applications must be submitted through the statewide financial system. Like we said before, you must be registered and pre-qualified. Some organizations are exempt from pre-qualification. You must be logged in as a bid response initiator or a bid response submitter. And once again, the event ID is listed here. How to use the SFS vendor portal. The most commonly used grants management feature in SFS vendor portal are available by selecting the grants management state tile, which is circled here in the screenshot. Individuals must be assigned the applicable grants management roles in SFS in order to have access to the associated grants management tile. So if you log in and don't see that tile on your homepage, you don't have access to that with your role, and needs to be updated if you are the one trying to apply. On the grants management state tile, you select the bid event search tile and search for the bid event or grant opportunity you're interested in applying. The event ID for this bid event was listed on some previous slides as well. Then you'll enter applicable search criteria into the search criteria fields to search for the bid events currently available. Select available from the search by status field drop-down list. Select the search button. A list of event IDs will populate based on the search criteria you entered, and then you can click the event ID link to initiate a bid response. And that bid, the event ID was listed before, but it is the AGM-RSFI 24. And then you'll select the bid event button to initiate your bid response. Review the event start date, the event end date, the estimated award date, anticipated contract date fields. Then you'll also want to view the additional bid info and view all the event comments and attachments. There are some comments and attachments that are important to this grant program that you will want to view if you plan on submitting an application. Here's some info on the SFS help desk. If you are running into issues with your grant application and SFS, please reach out to the help desk first before contacting us. They're your best resource for helping with anything within SFS. So questions regarding SFS functionality can be submitted to the help desk at the email listed here or the phone number. You can also click the SFS support tile within the SFS vendor portal. Email is the best way to get in contact with the help desk. Please include as much details as possible when you're contacting the SFS help desk, such as a detailed description of the issue. Please include the event ID that you're trying to apply for, the SFS user ID you were using when you encountered the issue, the date and time of the issue, if you have the name of the training or reference material that you were following when you encountered the issue, the name of the page you were on when encountering the issue, impacted transaction IDs, and screenshots of the page for them. As a reminder, the troubleshooting tips for SFS users guide provides a list of basic troubleshooting tips, reminders, and contact information for users who are unable to log into the system or need assistance with the system. Please note that the help desk ticket responses will be emailed from a different email address than the help desk email listed above. There's also SFS coach training, which the tile is shown here, that provides a lot of good trainings for users. There's a lot of webinars and videos on how to do different tasks within there, so it can also be a helpful resource if you're struggling with SFS. Any questions about the grant program, once again, have to be submitted in writing. Here's the contact info again, the fax and email address. If you have any questions about this grant program, please submit those in writing. More information on this RFP for the RFP 358, the 2024 New York State Regional Food School Food Infrastructure Grant Program Round 2 can be found at the below links. We have the link for the contract reporter, the Ag and Markets Funding Opportunity page, and the statewide financial system link. This recording of this webinar and the slides will be posted on the Ag and Markets Funding Opportunities page. Thank you for joining our call today. That is all we have. And like I said, all questions must be submitted in writing via email or fax.